So many dead trees. I think I'm gonna name this one Dead Forest.
A video uploaded in 2022 to the YouTube channel Creepy Outdoors went viral after the channel owner recorded something horrifying while camping in the woods. It's the middle of the night and Creepy Outdoors has just heard something mysterious, some sounds coming from somewhere in the distance. Grabbing a flashlight, he leaves the safety of his campsite and goes to investigate.
Man, this place is so lonely. Imagine just being lost out here. It feels like this would never end. Whoa. I'm not sure if you guys ever seen the Blair Witch Project, but damn, this is just giving me Blair Witch Project vibes. Super cool. Wow.
As he's making his way through the forest, he notices how unsettling it is. Not only are many of the trees either dead or dying, but there don't seem to be any animals around.
Wow. I'm telling you guys, there's so many dead trees here. This is one of the creepiest forests I've ever been. And I'll be spending the night here, which is always fun. Another dead tree, completely rooted.
After searching for a while, Creepy Outdoors realizes he's unlikely to find anything and considers heading back to his campsite. But then he hears something straight out of a nightmare.
Oh, hi. What the hell? I need to get out of here. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. That was f***ing creepy. I need to get out of here.
Several viewers comment on how calm Creepy Outdoors' reaction is to the mysterious voice, but even if he comes across as calm on the surface, he knows he could be in great danger. Not wanting to stick around, he quickly turns around and heads back to his campsite. Once he's at a safe distance, he tries to figure out who or what that mysterious voice belonged to.
Well, if that is not the definition of creepy, then I don't know what it means. I was literally just talking about Witchblade Project. And then the creepiest, and I mean the creepiest f***ing voice of what I would imagine a witch to sound like just says, "I see you." It could have been campers, but this area is extremely secluded.
After hurrying through the dark forest for what seemed like hours, wondering if someone could be following him and worrying that he could be lost, the glow of his campfire eventually comes into view.
Thank God I'm back. Well, now that I'm back, might as well have a cool one.
Back at the safety of the campsite, Creepy Outdoors hunkers down for the night, trying not to think about the creepy voice.
Stop. This is unreal.
YouTuber Tucker is walking through the Pine Barrens in New Jersey when he makes a chilling discovery. He's here to film a product review for a new underwater scooter, a device that helps scuba divers move through the water quickly. However, as soon as he reaches the lake he intends to dive in, he sees something truly disturbing.
Holy sh**. You are absolutely kidding me that I just found this. There's no way that somebody just... What? Bro. You're lying. I gotta... Dude. You're kidding. How did a car get in here?
Tucker says that he used to visit this lake as a kid, and it used to be a pretty popular location for swimming, but he doesn't think this discovery has anything to do with local kids.
Well, a lot of people come here to dirt bike to swim, and they used to have rope swings here when we were younger. So I rode out here, and I'm just in disbelief still right now. I'm just wondering, like, why else would you dump a car in a lake all out here in the middle of the Pine Barrens unless it was connected to some kind of criminal act?
Since Tucker has his scuba diving equipment with him, the opportunity to get a closer look at the submerged car is too tempting to pass up. Tucker can't see anything or anyone inside the car, but it still feels like an important discovery that could be linked to a very serious crime. So Tucker calls the police.
James, but everyone calls me Tucker.
Okay.
But I can just show you,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Oh, you can see it really good now.
Oh yeah. How did they get the car over there?
Well, so yeah, I don't know unless they were in it, because the sunroof's open, I think.
The officer who arrives at the scene quickly calls in Tucker's discovery and requests a recovery team to pull the car out of the water. Later that day, Tucker returns to the lake to see how the recovery process is going.
Way more than I expected. Way more than I expected. Holy cow. This is insane, bro. Holy shit.
With dozens of police cars and emergency vehicles parked on the road near the lake, Tucker is shocked that his discovery is being treated so seriously. As he's surrounded by flashing police lights and more than 30 first responders, he realizes just how significant the crime may actually have been. Soon enough, the recovery operation gets underway, and Tucker watches in amazement as the car is slowly dragged out of the water.
Yeah, that's perfect. That was good.
Finally, the car is on dry land, and an investigation of it and its contents begins.
That was nuts.
According to Tucker, the car had been reported stolen before he found it, but whether that was the only crime the vehicle was involved in remains a mystery.
No, what is that?
In the early 1740s, a forested area in Connecticut was colonized by American settlers. They named it Dudleytown. Today, the former settlement is abandoned, and as rumor has it, it's one of the most haunted places in the United States. Nevertheless, people still visit Dudleytown in search of the paranormal, and a YouTuber who uses the channel name Dark Element TV is one of them.
Hi, it's me again. I'm just calling just to let you know. I've seen that thing again. I'm in the backyard. I've got the camera on. I'm trying to capture it. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to see if I can get it. Anyway, give me a call when you get this message. Bye.
According to local legend, the founders of Dudleytown were descendants of Edmund Dudley, an English nobleman who was beheaded for treason by King Henry VII. It's said that ever since the execution, the family was cursed, a curse that they couldn't escape even by crossing the Atlantic to start a new life in the New World. Some even think that this curse is what led to the eventual abandonment of the settlement. To make matters worse, the location of Dudleytown was once occupied by the Mohawk, who believed it to be sacred ground. So, claims of ghost sightings are common in the area, but nothing could have prepared Dark Element for what he's about to see.
No, what is that? No way. No. What the f is that? No way. Yeah, it's me. I've just seen that thing. I've actually got it on camera. I'll show you when you get home. Give me a call as soon as you get this message.
Dark Element is so creeped out by the dark shadow he saw in the woods near Dudleytown, he sent the recording to the Institute of Forensic Parapsychology. Even after rigorous expert examination, no explanation could be found.
The day has finally arrived. Today, I'm going to be staying in a bothy in Scotland for the first ever time.
It's March 31st, 2024, and travel YouTuber Ruth Ashling is hiking in the remote Scottish countryside. Her destination is the White Lagan Bothy, an old shepherd's cottage that's used as a free place to sleep by hikers. Ruth says she's always wanted to stay in a bothy, but she's always nervous about spending the night alone in such a remote location.
Staying in a bothy is something I've always wanted to do. It looks so much fun, and I've got a huge big bag of firewood with me. I've got a lighter, so I'm looking forward to lighting a fire in the bothy tonight as well. It feels quite eerie. There's no one here. As I was walking along the road, I heard coughing in the trees, which is quite creepy. Do animals cough? Like deer? Maybe they do.
With no other people around and strange noises coming from the forest surrounding her, Ruth feels an eerie sense of isolation, as if she's the only person left on Earth. Trying to ignore this feeling, Ruth carries on and soon arrives at the bothy.
I just made it inside the bothy. Let's take a tour. So this is the first room. As you come in the door, there's a place for a few people to sleep and also an upper bunk. So this is the main room of the bothy. This will be my home for the night. Wow.
After taking a look around the old cottage and the area around it, Ruth notices it's already getting dark. This is when the realization of what she's doing starts to sink in.
You the tour already of the bothy. Now I'm going to set up my mattress and my sleeping bag. It's suddenly getting quite dark, and just being honest, I'm feeling a little bit scared. I don't know why. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Despite feeling scared, Ruth sets up her sleeping bag and tries to relax. She then finds some candles, which she thinks might make the remote bothy feel less intimidating.
I'm going to light these and put them up here in the candle holders. Maybe my silence means I'm really shitting it. I'm really quite scared of it staying here, to be honest. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it really will be fine.
Although the candles do help to light up the old cottage, they don't do much to calm Ruth's fear.
Why I'm feeling a little bit anxious, because I've stayed in a camper van so many times in different countries. I feel like here is just so remote, and to get away, you have to hike over 1 hour, like to get back to the camper van. So maybe that's why. And also there's no locks. So on my camper van, I always lock the doors. Maybe that's also why.
By this point, it's getting pretty late. Hiking back to her van in the middle of the night in the unpredictable Scottish wilderness would be too dangerous, so Ruth has no choice but to stay where she is. However, she soon starts hearing something that puts her on edge.
I've been reading for about an hour and a half, and there's a few strange noises. No one else has turned up. It's now around 9 o'clock, but I'm hearing some strange noises. I don't know if it's maybe a mouse or it's the chimney.
Whether or not the noises Ruth says she's hearing are anything to be concerned about is unclear, but hearing mysterious noises in the middle of the night when you're all alone in the wilderness is never a great sign. Understandably, Ruth starts feeling paranoid.
Because I feel like someone could be standing outside and looking in the window. I don't know, I feel really scared. I don't know why. I just feel really nervous.
Even with the fear that someone could be watching her, Ruth eventually manages to fall asleep. But her night in the bothy is anything but peaceful.
It's 6:45 a.m. and I made it to the morning. I survived my night in the bothy. This is something I've always wanted to do. But to be honest, last night I was a bit scared. There were some strange noises. I think it might have been a mouse or something, but it was a little bit weird. And it was cold. I think I woke up so many times during the night. The sleeping bag wasn't powerful enough to keep me warm overnight. I think the sleeping bag is much better for the summer months. Even though it is rated to go down to 0 degrees, I don't think that's the comfort level. But it was okay. It was only like 7 degrees last night. I'm still hearing weird noises.
Still hearing unexplained noises, Ruth soon packs up and leaves the bothy. It's only after she uploads the video a few days later that her viewers tell her the White Lagoon, where she just spent the night, is rumored to be haunted. Ruth has no idea if she actually encountered anything paranormal that night, but it's certainly an experience she won't forget in a hurry.
Петрович, медведь с 3 пистунами, стрелять не стал, отхожу.
When hiking through the wilderness, many people are afraid of having encounters with the paranormal. But more often, the things we really should be scared of are animals. A video recorded by a Russian man who was hunting in the woods with his dog is a great reminder of that. When a fully grown, aggressive bear charges at him, viewers are impressed by how calm the hunter is able to keep in the face of such danger. Many commenters say that other hunters would have shot the bear as soon as it came too close. But as the huge animal retreats, the hunter reveals why he didn't pull the trigger.
Петрович, медведь с 3 пистунами, стрелять не стал, отхожу.
Moments before, the hunter had accidentally disturbed the bear and her 3 cubs. Knowing that her aggression was simply to protect her cubs and that the young bears would die without their mother, the hunter didn't attempt to kill her. Viewers were stunned by the hunter's incredible bravery and compassion.